Back in the spring of 2015, we were invited to take part in a town hall meeting for the filming of Finding Bigfoot's Sasquatch Wars episode. This was an episode where the team members had a bet on which area has more Sasquatches, the Olympic Peninsula of Washington State, USA, or the southwestern forest region of British Columbia, Canada. One of the eyewitness encounters was particularly compelling and in an area we knew well.
Coming down the mountain towards her. I just remember just yelling at the top of my lungs, "Get out of here. Go, 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 go."
Wow. From your perspective, it was coming right at you. What could you see?
Like I said, I just turned when I heard the noise, and all I could see it was coming down, and the arms.
Long gray hair off the arms.
To see the size of it and the way it moved on that slope was incredible.
It was moving so fast. I felt like it was right behind me. If I was going to turn my head, it was just going to grab me.
Well, after hearing that story, we had to go have a look for ourselves. Once we got to the area where Todd and Sylvia had their encounter, one of the first signs we discovered was this arching tree bend, commonly used by Sasquatch as a marker point.
Well, if that thing fell by itself, which I doubt, I don't think it's going to be able to catch this one and pin it like that. It doesn't have enough caliper diameter with weight at that end to grab it, pull it down, and keep it. That thing would go all the way up if I could get it, but now it's out of my reach. It's caught up on that tree. Highly doubtful that this thing spontaneously falling did it. Now whether this had fallen by itself and then somebody tucked that one under, I don't know. But I don't think it caught it. Because given the tension still left in that, it's been recently pinned. Well, this looks like an older log. I don't know.
Being sure that we found the right area, we continued to look for signs while trying to elicit a callback response.
2 more.
After a while, we continued on. However, I think Cypher was beginning to get a bit unnerved.
What'd you hear?
I heard like growling coming from that way, up on the ridge. It sounded almost like a motor, but it wasn't a motor. It was like someone trying to imitate a motor. It was so deep.
Hearing nothing more, we decided to keep moving to another nearby area, while finding other types of common animal sign along the way.
Okay, so we're at a sharp bend in the road. Actually a Y, we came from that direction. So I'm thinking if one was coming down here for ease of egress, he'd want to come clear to the right so he can clear that corner properly. And we're not seeing any prints in this nicely powdered substrate. But I did find this. Hang on. Oh, heard it again. Something crashing over where you said it was. Old bee's nest, hornet's nest, wasp nest. Don't know why that'd be sitting in the middle of nowhere.
It's empty, that's for sure. And you can get a picture of the inside.
Could have been on that old log, who knows? Who knows where it came? Well, we got deer tracks. And we got coyote tracks. Or a small dog. We're following the deer tracks. I did see one other hiker's tracks going in the same direction, so I wonder if it's his dog, but nothing on the return. But we're coming up to the power line, so we'll check out all along there, see if we can't find any area where the track might be left. Is there a little super highway? Well, we're here. Pretty steep incline. Be checking that out. There's some roads, but we'll go up in this area, I think. So they go down that way. We'll see what we can come up with. Okay, just when we're ready to move, something's definitely in that bush. I'm talking 20, 30 feet.
Okay, so. Hello.
Okay, so, well, we've been paced on the one side, it would seem, so we're just gonna keep walking nonchalant. Keep talking, keep my Squatch bait here talking. And got the recorder on, I don't know if you can see it. It's fairly sensitive, so it should be able to pick up anything, and we'll just leave it on continuously and see if something happens. Definitely heard something move up in there. Well, that's the second one I've heard along this way, so we'll just keep going. What'd you hear?
Okay, I was just walking here and I heard something sneeze. Like not a chew, but like.
I think it's pacing us because it's only been like maybe 300 yards. Maybe like 200 from the first one and
I got the cold.
100 and 150 before that. Pretty thick in there to be pacing us, but well, we'll keep going.
Once again, things go quiet, so we just decide to head back to camp for the night.
Okay, we're heading on back, and now there's another piece of a wasp nest on the trail. We came from way far that way, and the other, we found a big piece of wasp nest, but that was, I don't know, about 3 kilometers up from here and on that road, so this is really odd to find a piece of wasp nest on this trail, on this hiking trail. Like, it's strange enough to find one in the middle of the road. It's another thing to find another piece on the trail.
When we got back to camp, I set out the audio recorder before turning in. I was lucky to be awake to hear 2 sets of tree knocks, the second of which was accompanied by a violent tree shake which the recording barely caught. But I was surprised to discover the third item only after reviewing the whole file days later. Here are the 3 separate events in sequence. The next morning we discovered these prints at the edge of the lake, about 100 yards from our campsite. They measured about 16 inches each. It's likely that whatever made these prints was after the abundant freshwater clams found here. We definitely wanted to stay longer, but it was time to go. But in conclusion, since this expedition started on the premise of Animal Planet's Finding Bigfoot's competition for the squatchiest area, I'd have to throw my hat in the ring and say Matt and Cliff deserve another couple of points on this side. Thanks for watching.